Hi, I am Jan McCluskey from the Fine Motor Store on Teacher Pay Teachers. I am also an occupational therapist at the Handwriting Clinic in Richardson, Texas. I needed a file just for some more small motor worksheets for students. My students use a different handwriting program, but then they ultimately need to practice letter writing skills. So I have two files. One is a different file, and it's a Just Right challenge for students in special education and also for preschoolers. But once a child is entering kindergarten, then they need some small motor work where they have handwriting lines. I love this file. There's 233 pages. There's 5 levels of differentiation for the lowercase and 3 levels of differentiation for the uppercase. Here's an uppercase file, so F for fish. They would trace. What I like about this file is it's as simple as possible. It has a green dot for where to go. You can print this out in black and white and it's just fine. It has an arrow to show to start as a tall line down here, then cross it, cross it. So they will trace, then they will trace, try, try, trace, try, try. This might be a great file for the end of pre-K, beginning of kindergarten. Then it gets a little bit more complex. So they trace, then they trace and try. Then they will start tracing and then trying in the handwriting lines. There's always a fine motor component. So they would, on this one, color inside here. So do you see the dynamic grip that I'm getting by I do thumb and finger push-ups with my pencil. So there's training sheets for fine motor skills within this program for the instructor. Next, then they are practicing in the handwriting line, so the F would be a tall line down and cross it. So they would just be practicing inside here. Then for lowercase letters, there's 5 different levels of differentiation. So again, they trace, trace, try, try. Then it gets harder as the students progress throughout the year. So then they trace, try, and then they would be writing it in the handwriting lines here. Here's the fine motor component where they would be practicing going from dot to dot just to get some fine motor control and eye-hand coordination. Next, then there's more small motor worksheets where they will trace. It has the arrow to show them how to sequence the letter. The next level would be where they would practice the letter. Then they would practice writing a word. So they would trace, then try, and basically copy the word. And then these are high-frequency sight words. So the students could practice writing the words. Then there's always sentences. So there's usually 2 sentences per lowercase letter. So there's sentences where it shows the outline letter how to trace and sequence the letter correctly with a dot in the starting point, and then they would copy the sentence. Some of our students wouldn't be able to read some of the words like zebra, so I have picture word support. So I saw a big zebra. The zebra is at the zoo. So picture word support, and then they can copy sentences with high frequency sight words. So I hope you enjoy this file.